Just want what you are. I am ready for your action. Just want what you are. You should cut off all distraction. It's all on you now. And just give me some reaction. Just want what you are. Girl, I like the way you move. Really wanna get with you. Don't just stand there teasing me. Now it's
Right, welcome. It's Robin Mines live from the Channels TV studios in Lagos, Nigeria. My name is Chude Jideonwo and I'm alone. Shadila Dikbo is away, but we will try to do the best with today's show. Now, quickly, what has been happening during the week? The first thing, Lagos stood still this week as the burial, the funeral, the celebration of a great life of the former, Biafran leader and Nigerian statesman, Odimegu Ojukwu, was laid to rest, starting in Lagos. There were dignitaries, there was everybody, who acknowledges the impact that this great man has had on the history and the evolution of the Nigerian nation. So that was excellent. Yesterday, the world stood still at news that Nelson Mandela, icon forever, and former president of South Africa, had been admitted for an abdominal problem. But thankfully, 2 hours ago, CNN and other media houses confirmed that the surgery has gone well, and Mr. Mandela will be home by tomorrow morning. So it's a tale of two great men. And this was also a fantastic week for Nigeria's entertainment industry. There were two great pieces in the New York Times. One about Dibanji's performance in New York on Sunday, and another about the film industry in Nigeria, taking inspiration, it appears, from Kunle Afolayan's phone swap. The two articles, of course, you can find on www.ynija.com. But it has been a good week, a good run for the industry. And these were not, these were not PR articles. These were not, these were not negative. Foreign journalists have a way of doing tongue-in-cheek. You never know if they are insulting you or they are praising you pieces. But these pieces were actually very positive about the innovations happening in our entertainment industry. That will be the rundown. I mean, unfortunately, this morning, I can't leave without mentioning this morning, in Jos, at the Church of Christ in Nigeria Church, there was a reported suicide bombing. The National Emergency Management Authority has confirmed 3 people died, and at least 30 people were wounded in what is suspected to be Boko Haram's attacks on the city that's just now finding its peace. So it's a terrible reminder this morning of the, precarious state of our nation. And we say that let the families of those people who have died have the grace to bear another loss, and the people who are injured, by the grace of God, will survive this sad happening. On that note, we will take a break. When we'll come back from the break, we're looking at a play that tells the story of these little drops in our society. Did that make sense? After the break.
Identification number.
NIN.
Says it all in terms of identity.
National Identification Number, NIN.
Yes, the number.
National Identification Number, NIN.
Of course, the number.
The number reveals true identity.
NIMC is equipped for identification and database management. National Identification Number, NIN, is all about true identity. It reveals all information about citizens and legal residents. The number connects you to all identity issuing public and private agencies or institutions. It is convenient and simple. Protects against ID theft. Makes life easier. Assists to reform political process. Integrates databases between government and private sector. Aids revenue generation and collection. Registration shall commence at all NIMC offices throughout the country soon. Spread the good news. Enjoy the benefits of National Identification Number, NIN.
National Identification Number, NIN is the number.
The number is my identity.
Say, hey, hey, G, hey, E, we represent, hey, G, E, what else, what else, C, come on.
Right, welcome back. It's still Rubbing Minds, live from the Channels TV studios in Lagos, Nigeria. You might be watching us on local TV, on DSTV, or online. As you know, Channels is across platforms, including platforms not yet made. Right, so welcome back. Today, incidentally, we will be finding out who the new governor for Cross River State is. Will it be Liel Imoke, 1? Will it be Liel Imoke, 2? Or will it be Liel Imoke, 3? You know, I was in that state on Wednesday to moderate the governorship debate. You know, the first youth-focused governorship debate in the country, organized by Enough is Enough Nigeria. And it was interesting to kind of see the vibes across the state. Unfortunately, we're trying to show you clips of that this week, but we talk to young people across Cross River State in the series we are titling Voices Across Nigeria. And hopefully by next week, you will see. But today, we will see which of those 3 candidates is going to win the election. Okay, I have 3 guests in the house, you know, but, you know, it's almost as if I have 10, because one of the guests is 7.
Wow.
You know, one of the guests is 7, you know, and I'm excited to have her in the studio. Start from my right. You know, I'm excited to have you in the studio.
It's okay.
I'm excited to have you in the studio.
Yeah,
you know,
it's all right.
I'm so excited.
Yeah. I think it's just a matter of time.
Just a matter of time. So this week, I mean, this night will be the Oscars. You know, and every year we try to do something that focuses on movies, actors, you know, and the whole delightful, you know, sector. And so everything just fits. You know, we are partners for the play titled Little Drops, you know, which is showing every week in March at the Terra Culture. We have the people behind that play in the studio today. I start from my right. Omoye Uzamere.
Hello. Gling, 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 gling.
Omoye is a lot of things, you know, TV presenter, radio presenter, everything, you know. But today she's an actor. You know,
Producer,
magician, you know, and all of that. Welcome on the show.
Thank you.
Right, good to see you. Is this your first time?
First time on Rubbing Minds?
Yes.
No.
Okay.
We're here during the Absu rape scandal.
Yes, that
So
one.
talk
Yes,
about
that's
it,
sad.
yes.
Yes. But these are cheerier times. Welcome on the show.
Yes, thankfully.
Right, there's of course Lala Akindoji. What the show? She has been guest presenter once and again, you know, on the show. Actor, singer, everything. Everything. No, but she's an actress, a singer, and then she's of course part of the crew for Little Drops. Welcome on the show.
Thank you. Gling, gling, gling.
Yes, I'm excited to see you guys.
It's okay.
But I'm excited. You know, there's excitement and then there's excitement. Right, to see, you know what I mean? You know, it's amazing, you know, in a society where for you to imbue someone with prominence, you know, there has to be chief. Royal lady, Mrs., you know, and then to be able to just say, you know, we're having the studio Auntie Joke Silva. And, you know, it comes with all the titles, everything is just inside. You know, she'll give people titles, the new actress, say, you know who this actress is? You know, her name is Joke Sylvia, you know, Tolu, something. Welcome on the show, man.
Thank you.
It's
today.
a pleasure to meet you.
Thank
again,
you.
And to have you on the set with us. Right, so you are basically the soul behind this play this month, from March,
yes.
Little Drops. Why Little? I remember you've been in the performance of Little Drops. Yes, about last year.
Yes.
With Kate Henshaw, Tosa, yes, and all of that. Right. Yes. So why are you bringing it back?
Well, it was Terra Culture that got in touch with me last year.
and said that they would like to include Lufodo in their calendar. And I actually wanted to turn it down that, one is so busy. I mean, how am I going to put something together for March this year? And I was thinking about it back home, and then all of a sudden I just thought to myself, wait a minute, this is a platform that can be used by young people. I was actually thinking of past students of LAPA, the Lufodo Academy of Performing Arts, but and then I discussed it with them, and of course Lala, and they were, yes, auntie, yes, we'll do it, and it was like, it was an opportunity to do something even on a bigger platform than what they had wanted to do. Right. So, and Little Drops was an obvious choice for several reasons. One, by the good graces of the River State government, we had produced it before, and so we had the sets in place, we had the costumes in place, we had everything in place. You understand? Yes. There was that, but there was also the fact that it is so topical for now, because when you're talking about terrorism in the country, that is exactly what Little Drops deals with. So that was it. And, the excitement of Lala and Omoye, just it's taken a totally different life of its own, and I am very excited. Right. And I'm not doing anything apart from, it's all like, okay, I mean, if this person, if we can get a friend of Lapa to bring down a bit here and a bit, they're doing everything themselves, and it's really exciting. Right. Okay, yes. So I'm really excited. Because
I remember the performance of Little Drop. I always joke when I came out. I would joke with Lala. I would say, I saw them. I saw them. Right. So absolutely, you should see that play. Why were you excited to be part of it?
Having done Little Drops before, I understudied Auntie Joke when he was first done.
Lucky you.
Yes, unheard.
And I stole a lot from her as well.
Yes. I know, it happened.
Having done it before, I realized that there was so much one could. I grew up in the Niger Delta, so some of the things and the plights that women and children go through, I can relate to, because I've seen people who are from that area have nothing. And Port Harcourt is the big city. Everyone comes to Port Harcourt. They have nothing in the villages. And it's set right there, right in the midst of a village with plenty, yet people are living on nothing. And that really made me, I'm looking forward to a day when we can tour with it, where people will want to listen. Because sometimes, especially right now, not everyone wants to hear the story. Not everyone wants to hear the lesson that Little Drops is teaching. Because we're hoping that there will be bigger platforms for this story to be told around the country. Yes.
So the story is very important to you personally.
The story is so powerful. First time I read it, I was alone in my room and I sobbed.
It does that.
I twice. And after a year, I read it again when we were ready to do it. And I sobbed again, and I think that's one of the ways to catch me.
But you don't sob on set.
Right, but what is the power of this story for you? I mean, she talked about the story.
It's about women. Whilst I don't want to sound feminist.
Nothing wrong with that.
The story is about 4 women. The way they meet is very powerful for me. Because you're just thinking, oh, there's the bombing, there's the noise, and then there's an old woman, there's a young lady, there's a queen, and there's a teacher. And for me, they represent different women in different areas in the Niger Delta. The writer chose to put the people who are going through something in women, so that not only women will identify with the women in the story, men as well who feel cheated or who feel like feel oppressed by the things going on would identify with this women. But the writer chose to put the men on one side and put the women on one side, because in the story the women are hurt by the men. There's a queen who's hurt by the kind of king her husband was. There's a woman who's left because she married a militant and didn't know he was a militant. There's all of that. So they come, and then there's a teacher who's never married. We try to figure, okay, she loves children and all that. So the people, a lot of Nigerians will identify with women. Now, the writer using women to symbolize it says a lot for me, because women as human beings are the mothers, are the ones that feel, the ones with the warmth. And so I'm like, okay, I'm always looking for meaning. Our rehearsals are very intense because I'm always arguing with the director, especially with interpretation. Now, doing it in 2012, there's a new meaning to this play. I'm not seeing it the way I saw it when we did it, when I understudied Kate Henshaw. Right now, it's like, okay, are these women even alive? We always ask that question. I'm thinking everybody in the play is actually dead.
Yes, we actually thought about that. And
That's, you know,
it was it gave a totally different feel. Because
to even the acting.
Yes.
Because I'm like, okay, these women are dead. Because when you even hear the story, they're like, no, nobody would have let you pass. Militants will not let you queen pass. Who are you that they'll let you pass? You've been running, 3 people raped you, and you're here, you're dead. So it's like people are living, yet they're dead. I feel like that's my interpretation, and it's so strong.
Right,
and I love it.
I won't want to be at your rehearsal. It's so intense.
Yes.
You know, I just want to see the final thing.
Yes.
I mean, it's instructive because March is also the month
Of women.
of International
Yeah.
Women's Day. So it's actually a powerful symbol, so to speak. And you know, what I want to ask you, is you've also, I mean, it's very rare. I mean, there are all kinds of reasons. You know, very rare to see such synergy and such, you know, I mean, I see them with you, so I know the awe with which you're, but you know, to see the symbiosis between yourself and younger actresses, and it's not just here on set, it's everywhere I see you, you know. Well, how, what are you doing right?
It's God's grace.
Right.
It's God's grace. It's the belief that, you know, I was given many years ago, you know, when my coming into the industry was really tough. And not really, I had people who were my role models from afar in the industry, but they were from afar. They were not people I really had the opportunity to relate with, you know. And so I had this feeling that it would be nice if it wasn't the same for people who were coming after me. And for me, it's also very important to give encouragement, because it's necessary in this industry, to people who have huge talent and not enough opportunity to express that talent, to give that sense of hope that just hang in there. You are not, you know, you'll just find that round the corner it will happen, you know. But the thing is that if that is not there, you tend to lose a lot of talent to peripheral areas of our industry, either to advertising, or they'll end up to public relations in some bank or something like that. And then you meet them in later, and they're like all shriveled up inside. People simply because they didn't get that opportunity, you know. So that basically that's
Right.
it.
I mean, last year, you turned what, 25?
50.
I thought it was 25. You know?
50, the big
it's
5.
almost, you know, so it was a festival, you know.
Don't mind them. These are the people behind
It was a
it.
festival.
They were part of the people behind it.
Right.
You know, I
What
had
was
a
that
whole
experience for you? Everybody was celebrating, you know, TW, you know, younger people. How was that? You
Renewal
know,
of vows.
La Paz. There was a renewal of
Yes.
vows. I remember the interview, you know, I was watching channels, and
Yes.
then Uncle Luce comes and says, you know, yes, she's Joker Silver to you, but she's Mrs. Joker. That's the case we are wondering. But how was that, you know?
Oh, that was, I think it's still one of the best memories I have so far in my life. Every time I think back on it, you know, why people would go to all that trouble in the first place, you know? And then you get there, and from morning, you know, the water tap is just
Everything is just
permanent,
on.
because you're, you know, this happens and your eyes begin to swim, because you're just very grateful, that there's so many people who just appreciate whatever it is that you've been able to do, I guess. Yes.
Congratulations, ma. Okay, so
Thank
who
you.
are those we're seeing in this play? You know, what do we expect from the play?
I think you would expect the very best talent in the industry. Now I'm not even going to start with the names, because one would expect the biggest names in the industry to be there. And while that is good, we also want the opportunity to work with people who are just as good and not.
But I find that the best plays actually don't have the biggest names in them.
Yeah.
Yes.
When it comes to
Yes, but that's another conversation.
That's another conversation. Let's leave that one there.
rolling her eyes at
Okay,
Yes.
rewind.
Let's scratch that. Strike that off the record.
Okay, so what do we expect?
I expect to see fantastic talent, amazing people. It is such a pleasure to work with these people. You have Kenneth Ohoho directing. You have Taiwo of Taiwo and Kende fame. Yes. You also have Paul Alumona, amazing, brilliant.
Paul is amazing.
Paul is amazing. You have Ijoma Agu. First time I saw her, I wondered, where have I been? She is so... Well, she captures you and holds you right there. And you have this young lady who will not let it go.
Right.
Of course, there's Abiodun Abe Kasim.
Yes.
He's the man with the voice. You know, I hear that voice and I see things in his future that I shouldn't see. I'm not a diviner. I'm not a
Right. But you're so certain about what his
Yes,
future is
yes.
going to when
And
you see. So
the way we all get to work together, you have dancers who have been at it for a long time. You have music that is so beautiful. It stays with you even after rehearsals, even after the production is done. You find yourself singing these beautiful songs, you know. And I think that
Written by
Tari Tebepa.
Tari.
Yes, the Tari Pino Comp.
yes.
Tari. Take it.
I love it.
That Tari, she's so very
She's amazing.
talented.
She's talented.
She's
Yeah.
amazing.
She's
Really, really
talented.
beautiful.
Okay, so it's every Sunday.
Yes,
in
every
March.
Sunday in March at Terra Culture.
Terra Culture.
Yes,
TMU Savage.
Yes, TMU Savage, Victoria Island. I
How much
must
are the
say,
tickets?
2,500 naira only. If you want bigger things on the 5K level, just go to Why Nigeria. Why Nigeria has all the
All the
information,
information, yes.
and then you'll get it. But I must say at this point that for Biodu, she mentioned Biodu and spoke so highly of him. I am very proud of him because he's my student, or was my student at Lapa. And Lapa, I
It's
think.
amazing. Lapa is, you hear about Lapa in all
Yes,
places.
and it's really good because he's getting an opportunity that a lot of his mates did not get after leaving acting school and doing a short course. He's doing a big play, a production. This is his first of this kind,
Right.
just less than a year after leaving, and he's had other platforms because of Lapa. So I think that's one thing that the duo of Joke Silva and Olu Jacobs have done, and I must say they're doing a good job at it.
Yes. I'd like to also mention, because I'm in the pioneer set of Lapa. And it's such a great honor,
she won best. She actually won best student.
Okay.
Bling, bling, bling.
I see.
Yes, because I think that I'm one of the people who you would describe as coming to Lagos with a backpack, coming to chase her dreams. And looking back at, that journey, I'm glad that I met, and I'm saying this to you, I say that all the time, I'm so glad that I met you, because it was, Auntie Joke made me feel that my talent was sellable, that I could make money off it, that I could make a living, and I didn't need a fallback plan. My father would want me to go to law school and just practice, and I didn't want to do it, and through you, I've got the courage to decide that I'm not doing a plan B because this is where I want to be. And then not just decide that this is where you want to be, actually have a plan, actually work towards making this your home, and that's really, really great. It's not just, it's the people I met through you, it's the access to wisdom and guidance, and that's something that every young person needs. Every young person without a mentor, you've got to find one.
Okay.
But we digress. Let's not go.
Yeah, I was already holding my tissue.
What it reminds me of? It reminds me of Viola Davis at the Golden Globes going on and on about Meryl Streep.
Yes,
she
that
gave
was
me,
one moment.
This is that moment.
Yeah.
But it's amazing to hear. It's amazing to hear. So where can they get tickets?
Tickets are available at Terra Culture. You can also call a number on the flyers. It's 0803 7100 566.
Right.
And you can also go on Twitter. We're on Twitter, Little Drops 1. At Little Drops 1, we're on Twitter as well.
Get all the information. You can ask any question.
And on Facebook as well.
Right. Lapa, because that has come through a lot. Young people who want to be able to tap from this well of knowledge, how can they be a part of? How can they get into the school? What do they need to do? Where do they need to go?
They can go on our website. There's a Lapa website, www.lapa. Help me out.
LapaNG.com.
I'm still not very used to all this new
W.
Yeah, she was taking me through a course of what was it recently?
Twitter, BlackBerry.
No. It was
What's that,
the convergence. Don't you remember?
Media convergence.
We were having this long discussion, and I'm saying, fine, you know, I took me through. Said, okay,
And she has an iPad.
and now I understand
She has
it.
an
You know, so they can.
Right.
I just want to quickly mention the fact that Little Drops was written by Professor Ahmed
Yerima.
Yes.
Yes.
And it's I love doing his plays because he always writes a lot of powerful plays about women. And you know, I feel very honored that Lapa is going out with this particular play.
Right,
yes.
right. Fantastic. Professor Ahmed Yerima. Fantastic. Thank you so much, Ma, for
Thank
coming.
you,
know,
Chude.
Look forward to your 26th birthday this year. Thank you, Omoye, for coming. Thank you, Nana, for coming.
Thank you.
You know, it's
Thank
been
you.
I mean, I could do this for the entire 1 hour.
Yeah. Oh.
Right, we'll take a break. Thinking about Viola Davis and Meryl Streep. When we come back from the break, we'll just be gisting about what we expect from this this night's Oscars.
Meryl Streep must win. I mean, it's been long overdue.
I shall not enter this debate. You know, dear Viola Davis, I shall not enter this debate.
She's one Golden Globe. Let's
Meryl Streep, exactly.
Right, when we come back from the break, there's Joy, there's MM, there's Chris, and Lala will be here.
Okay.
Properly, drains can be a breeding ground for waterborne diseases. Use Hypo to sanitize your house drainage and to kill germs. Prevent the spread of disease. Make sure your drainage always gets the Hypo treatment.
What do you think of when you mix spicy pepper with chicken?
That sounds delicious.
Chicken pepper? And what do you get when you add Indomie to pepper chicken?
So when you add Indomie to pepper chicken or cook them together.
Indomie pepper chicken, Abi.
That was what I was going to say. You get Indomie pepper chicken.
The same thing with my guy, Yana Beg.
And how does Indomie pepper chicken taste?
Ah, great. Superb.
Spicy.
Indomie pepper chicken. Get it while it's hot.
Say, hey, we represent. What else? What else? Come on, come on, come on. Just let's go. So let's dance now. It is my turn. Just one more you. I am ready for your action. Just one more you. You should cut off all distraction. It's all on you now. And just give me some reaction. Just one more you. Girl, I like the way you move. Really wanna get with you. Don't just stand there teasing me. Now it's time to show and prove. Love.
Investigating, exposing, uncovering, reporting, hard-hitting interviews. Sunrise Daily, only on Channels Television.
According to Wikipedia, tourism is travel for recreational, leisure, or business purposes. On Travel Guide, tourism expands to include a guide to exotic destinations, sports of relaxation, and fun. That's not all. We also include traveling tips before you set out to that destination. Travel Guide embellishes this with exposition on the people and unique features of interest. Most of all, we take you there before you get there. That's what we do every Sunday at 9 p.m. The good thing is that there's no limit to the places we take you to. So you've got nothing to lose touring the world with Travel Guide on Channel Television.
Right, welcome back. It's still Robbie Minds live on Channels Television. I've snapped out of my crush for Auntie Joke Silva, and I'm still here. You know, my name is Chude Jideonwo. Today's episode, Actors on Our Minds. We are basically riffing off, you know, on what's happening globally with movies, the trends, and the lessons, if there are any, for our Nigerian movie industry. And I have eminently qualified panel. Eminently qualified panel. The whole corners of the industry are here. I start from my right. She is manager extraordinaire, which means that when she lays her hands on you, you become a star. There's no alternative. You know, Emma all the way from One Management, you know. Welcome. Right, great to see
Receive
you.
it.
Amazing work you're doing with everybody.
Including her.
Including her.
Yes.
You know?
I have the privilege of representing Lala.
Fantastic. Welcome on the show. Of course, you've met Lala, actor. You know, she's been on the first segment of the show, so you get that. Joy Bewaji is magazine editor. You know, amongst other things, but you know, Joy is also that kind of magician. She just moves her hand around when she touches the magazine.
She's an assassin with the pen.
Just murdering, lethal weapon.
Yeah.
You know, fantastic. Welcome on the show.
Thank you.
Joy is also a publicist.
Yes.
You know, she's also a publicist.
We're trying to learn from.
You know, you've presented some of the biggest, some of the big talents, and of course, Chris Ihidero. The last time we saw him, he was not married on the show.
Oh,
you know,
it's been a while.
It's been that long, you know, and you can see the difference. You know,
please tell us
before and after, you can see the difference. Chris Ihidero is a filmmaker, you know, and his latest movie, you know, the top, you know, just
Big Daddy.
That's how you know people that are powerful. You know, some people spend 2 hours, some spend 10 minutes.
Bam.
The
know,
messages. Get the message out.
And the message is all there, you know. But of course, that 10-minute movie took. Right, Chris Ihidero, writer, filmmaker, general troublemaker. Welcome on the show.
That's about it.
That's about it. Okay, guys, let's start from the elephant in the room. Will it be Meryl Streep or will it be Viola Davis? Amen.
You know the funny thing? I don't think any category has had as much controversy as this one has. You know, people are willing to pay for sports. You know, betting zones and online gaming centers are going off the chain now with people saying, could it be Meryl? Could it be Viola? To be honest, you know, predictably, it would go to Meryl.
Why?
I'm just saying, most people are saying it would go to Meryl because I mean, you can't take away from her the performance, her ability to just assume a character is amazing. Viola, you might look at it and say, well, she'll always get her chance. Yes, it was convincing, and all of that. But when you put a Viola and Octavia, the bonus ticket might go to Octavia, just so that. Look, there's that.
I get the sense that people have carried both Viola Davis.
If the Oscars was a democracy, it would be Meryl.
It would be Meryl
for
democracy.
Supporting, it would be Octavia.
So what you have done is that you have taken Viola Davis and Octavia Spence's Oscar, and you have funneling it
into Octavia.
Give it to her so that they won't shout.
Right.
You know? But Meryl Streep, I won't take it from Viola Davis. She did give a good performance.
I cried.
But give her another. Let's see her in another character and see if she'll be able to deliver. I mean, if you've seen her works from previous times, she's good. Help just took her to another level. Now let's see if she can deliver on other characters.
Chris, you're a filmmaker. People say that, look, this Meryl Streep, they're just giving her an award for all the other movies that she didn't get the award for. You know, what do you think?
I think that if you're a director and you have Meryl Streep on your set, your work is half done. You just need to sit back and watch excellence. The director always prays for an actor like that, where you don't have to overstate the obvious. And once, I mean, Meryl Streep is great at just becoming, you know, and that you then stop seeing Meryl Streep and you just basically see the character. Let's not be too quick to think that it can't go to Michelle Williams for a portrayal of
Marilyn Monroe.
And this is why Meryl Streep has, I mean, if you're in a category with Meryl Streep at an awards, you basically assume when you leave home that I'm going to lose. I mean, that's standard practice.
Yes.
But it's also been interesting to see what has happened with The Help. And by the way, I haven't seen any of these films. I refuse to see them until after the Oscars.
Oh, for real? You haven't seen them?
Because of course the hype is heavy during the time. Everyone says that The Iron Lady was not a great film, but Meryl Streep was fantastic in it. So then you're going to look at the whole package, and don't also forget that the Oscars is also very political.
Of course.
And so there's money being spent, publicity, appearances here and there. And Meryl Streep, I was reading something on The Big Picture, which is the blog for films on the Los Angeles Times online yesterday, and it's to say that, I mean, if you trip in Hollywood right now, probably will be falling over Meryl Streep. She's everywhere, and also it's expected. For me, if it goes to Viola or it goes to Meryl Streep, it will be good. It will, I mean, they've done good work, so for me it doesn't matter.
Please, Joy Bewaji. Michelle who? You know, I mean,
obviously, like I said, I haven't seen the movie.
movie, but obviously I've been to the site, and I wouldn't give. I don't think that's a big thing for her. Playing the Marilyn Monroe thing, I wasn't exactly convinced. I wasn't. I have seen it. She did it. It was just okay.
Meryl Streep, Marilyn Monroe still remains the iconic woman in Hollywood. She's still the one everyone dreams about. So don't discount.
It's true, you know. Because it's an American award after all.
It's an American award
I'm with you, but the truth is, a lot of people will say, well, that's Michelle Williams' Oscar right there. She's acted the iconic woman. You know, so that's a feather in.
That's what I'm talking about.
So, I mean, where's Rooney Mara in all of this? The girl with the dragon tattoo. Where's Glenn Close in all of this?
They should be glad that they're
where are they? Joy.
Seriously, like for all those kind of people, you just feel like they just put them there to complete the list.
Not this time around, I think. But I'm watching out for her, but not this time around.
I think they needed to complete that list, so they put them there because the performances obviously do not match up to Meryl Streep and the other lady,
Viola Davis.
Yes, exactly. For me, I would go for Meryl Streep, but there has to be a list. But like you say, it's an American award. Anything can happen. Exactly. Marilyn Monroe, Vanity Fair, they adore.
Oh my God, Don Carter wakes up in the morning
and he just dreams of
her. Marilyn Monroe.
Exactly. So the politics is crazy. Anything can just happen because I know that they're just all obsessed with this woman. So you can't tell.
One more reason to make her a goddess. Let's just
give someone at all. I mean, Vanity Fair spends half their time trying to make us understand that she's intelligent.
Like the new diaries of Marilyn Monroe.
I don't understand.
The fresh new diary.
There's just so much sentiment around it.
Chris, you're trying to say something.
No, but I think that says it for me. I'm looking out for Mara, but not this time.
Right, not this time. You know, Lala.
The Meryl Streep. I call note the Meryl Streep. I wake up to a picture of Meryl Streep. You know, unfortunately for you guys, I'm the only practitioner here.
I actually agree. She has been signed.
Oh man.
You know, yes. And I have followed her work from her first Oscar to her second Oscar, which was in 1982. And she hasn't won an Oscar till, well, since then, and she's had all the nominations. Now, we talk about the political side of the Academy. I think that in the new centuries, the 19th century, whatever, the Academy would want to, I'm thinking for them now, give her, she's going to be 66 in June. And there is the feeling or the assumption that after this, when will be her next great performance? If she doesn't get
next year.
You know already.
Whatever film she does.
You know? And so, because the other...
sit and watch paint dry and it will be amazing.
I know. Yeah. But you know, the other
there's something you are missing.
They will give her a lifetime. They have to give her a lifetime achievement.
Of course. Naturally.
I'm sure she
hasn't. She will get one.
Not the Academy.
We're talking about the great role of her life. She hasn't yet played Hillary Clinton. I mean,
okay.
She has to play Hillary Clinton before she dies.
3 or 4 years.
But Chris, let's talk about the politics of the help itself. Because this is a movie that has a lot of significance. Even though critics say it glossed over a lot of the realities naturally. Chris, but I mean, he knows the storyline. But again, people are saying things like, this is what happens in Hollywood. A film like Precious. These two people come out into the mainstream. After Precious, you don't hear from them again. So that kind of thing will happen, might happen to. I mean, somebody writing on WineNigeria.com says we're not going to hear from Octavia Spence again after this year, so they might as well give her the award.
I think, well, yes, there is the politics, but there is also the reality. Let's face it. Only about 5% African Americans are there in the body that votes at the Academy. Denzel was talking about it during the week. It's just about 5%.
Wow.
And naturally, votes will swing. And what happens is there are always going to be those kind of films that bring out, the people like Octavia, people like Viola, that would bring them out. But you see, this is why I don't exactly like him a lot, but I truly appreciate someone like Tyler Perry. He has understood what Hollywood is about. He has carved a niche for himself. He has done films that are, first and foremost, that would appeal to a certain audience, and he has gone for it, and he hasn't bothered
about and he's making so much money.
Making money.
It has to be right.
And that's the way it is. Let us understand.
It's like the Nollywood of America.
Once you understand where you're coming from, then it's easier. This is what the Academy is about. They would reward great work, and if you happen to be African American, you will once in a while get rewarded, but it's going to be once in a while for now.
Isn't that sad?
It's
Joy?
not sad. It's the reality because face it, the public that pays for films, all the things around filmmaking is still largely white middle class.
But
you need to understand.
Do you feel like has also
sorry, I want to know, is it, does it still boil down to the fact that the blacks are just represented 5%?
That's magazine editor there.
I think we don't get enough. When I say we, black people, I think we don't get enough recognition in Hollywood.
I'm wondering about the we because really, I am African and I don't really care a lot about African Americans. I don't understand this sense of brotherhood. Because
sisterhood.
Yeah, because it usually comes from us. We are the ones who want to be that.
They don't want to be.
That's not true. I remember the other day.
Oh God,
So we are the ones who long for this kingship. Now, I think that every great work should be rewarded appropriately. I think that talent should be discovered, nurtured, and then rewarded. I will support any kind of work, any movement that seeks to reward talent. However, within all that must also be the reality. Okay, and so there would always be. I mean, remember. This woman in Monsters Ball a couple of years ago.
Halle Berry.
Yeah.
Did you just say
this woman?
She's so disconnected.
Don't worry.
Look at him.
There's a reason.
Not from you.
Exactly.
As a wife giving you
No, we have signed. My wife and I understand that if I do.
He has a thing for Halle Berry.
Halle Berry in bed, it's not cheating.
Please. This is PG.
It's a conversation.
Continue. So yes, Monsters Ball.
But and since then, what is it? So there would always be issues like that. But I don't want to see it as just being it's because they are black. It's also the reality of the market of the commercial ends of Nollywood. And we need to understand that.
Joy, let's come back home a bit. I know how my people are. Maybe on Twitter, why are we talking about
Mary Streep?
Why are we talking about Mary Streep? So let us come back home. You talked about Tyler Perry being, and every Grammys we know that we're going to get a spot. Thanks to Fela Kuti.
And
we know where it's going to go. So every year we are able to attach ourselves.
Register.
Present.
But we've never even been able to register, even in the foreign language segment with our movies.
Yeah.
Why do you think so? I mean, we have movies that we cream over here now. Figurine, EJ.
How it is. Nollywood for me. I think the major thing, there's just so many other things that affect Nollywood. Of course, there are just practitioners here that are going to talk about it. But one thing I'm really passionate about is the fact that we don't have film critics. And you can't grow an industry if there's nobody actually looking at it, analyzing it, and tearing it apart.
Without being called the hater and being called by the actor.
Either you are the PR of that particular movie, so you sell it to us, and I'm watching the movie, and I know that this is not the truth. Then if you want to stand as a genuine film critic, they kill you. They kill you before they even hear your message. You're a hater. You don't like progress.
What have you done?
What have you done? Now we spend, how many years is Nollywood, please? Somebody help me. Over 10 years? 20 years.
1992.
We have an industry that is 20 years old, and we don't have one film critic that when a movie comes out and we say, okay, I'm going to read what this person has to say about before I jump into it. There's nobody like that, so it is a problem.
That's a career path. But there's not sharing.
I'm not sure. Yeah, of course. I have.
Everybody's affected by this fear of people who call you haters.
Yeah,
I think that.
But I think we need in depth. We need people that are deep in this thing. You have to be as passionate as Onoshe.
I disagree.
And totally sell it.
I disagree with you, Joy, and I disagree on this basis. The audience for a film, it is greatest critic.
Right.
The audience spends its money to buy that product. If the audience refuses to buy it, the audience has said to the filmmaker, you haven't done well.
Oh, come on, Chris.
But that
doesn't work here.
Let me finish.
It doesn't work in Nollywood.
How many people buy films?
It works here.
Even when they buy, we are so content with mediocre work. We all know that.
Joy.
We are so content.
And we're so excited by it.
You know what? Wait, the flaw. 1 second. The flaw of Nollywood. The flaw of Nollywood is the fact that we can sit back and laugh at the stupidity that it offers. That is the joke. The joke is on everyone.
Yeah.
We're looking at it. We know this is This is below.
But the dynamic is
But that is the
changing.
fun.
But the dynamic
because
is
of new
changing.
Nollywood.
It
It is
changing.
changing.
It is changing gradually, but not as fast as
Chris says there's nothing. I knew he was going to say that. There's nothing like
There is a new Nollywood.
There is no
Chris.
Nollywood.
So Chris is the
very
filmmaker.
Let's understand a couple of things first.
I'm with you
Let's
too.
understand a couple of things first and foremost.
Yeah.
Those who posture, those who posture as critics of Nollywood, do they themselves qualify as critics? What makes you a critic? The ability to purchase a film, watch it, and then have an opinion? Is that what makes you a critic?
No.
There is armchair criticism. There is beer parlor pepper soup criticism,
And there
which
is
I
proper
advocate for.
professional.
And then there is informed opinion.
There's
What we do not have, at least in the public sphere, are people who are educated enough to have, and by education I don't mean schooling,
Film education.
but who have
Understanding.
film education enough to have informed opinions. We don't have them.
Yeah.
Usually you would have them in newspapers, you would have them
Blogs.
in media outlets and all of that. You would have Channels Television would have a film critic, a resident film critic and all. We don't have those ones. We have a lot of people who have opinions, but who themselves lack film knowledge.
What qualifies one to be
be
a
a
film
film
critic?
critic?
Because
What
I'm looking
qualifies
at-
what
I'm looking
qualifies
at
you to be a film
Egbert
critic?
in Hollywood, and I'm wondering,
What
Please
Okay.
ask that reporter at the New York Times how long he has
Spent
spent
reviewing
films, being a film critic. How long he has spent reading up on film criticism. You read someone in our newspapers who calls him or herself a film critic and does not know the difference between lighting and lightning. You read ridiculous
typo.
No, it's not typo. You read ridiculous from people who themselves should sit down and be told what a film is.
Chris.
No,
Okay.
that is it on one part. Okay. The other thing that people do that is wrong is that we assume that the subtotal of Nigerian filmmaking is Nollywood.
Okay.
Now.
That is uninformed.
Okay, which other part of it?
Which other part do we need to
educators.
do?
They are film.
Yoruba people are not Nollywood.
You see, that's
They are
the
not.
not anymore.
Listen.
No,
That is
Chris,
the beginning
at this
of
point,
our
I am
problem.
going to cut you.
Listen.
We are caught.
No, I have to cut you because there is this not Nollywood. You
Yes.
mentioned the Tunde Kelani,
Kannywood.
the Yoruba
Kannywood.
people,
I
can't
whatever.
understand.
Yeah.
Now, but there was something Tunde Kelani said at a film festival a few weeks ago when asked the same question.
Yeah.
That at a point he used to say he was not Nollywood,
Yeah.
but it's just like saying you are a Nigerian, but you don't like what's going on in Nigeria. Doesn't mean you are not Nigerian.
Sorry, my dear.
Now you're bringing it down to
Sorry, my
what
dear.
you're saying is the people who are releasing films
No.
The people are
known
as Nollywood. Yes.
You know what? That's the problem. People outside Nigeria understand and have spent time investigating Nollywood more than Nigerians. Read any work of criticism on Nollywood. They will tell you the Nigerian
Film.
the Nigerian video film populated by Igbo and the South people. You can have the uninformed UK Guardian reporter. There is one uninformed Nigerian that writes for them, and there is another uninformed one that writes for New York Times. I wrote something on Kunle Apolanyo a couple of days ago. Did you read it?
I read it.
There are uninformed Oyinbo people working in those newspapers who also do not understand. Nollywood is not. So what you are calling new Nollywood is actually another strand of filmmaking in Nigeria that has come up.
Yes.
So you can now
So we can call it new Hollywood.
Yes,
now.
we can call it new
We can
Nollywood.
tag it whatever we
a
want.
lot of them by themselves do not want to be associated with
Yes,
Nollywood.
you know what?
exactly.
You need to understand
We need
the
to look at
point.
it.
No, but when you say
MM has represented, everybody in new Nollywood, old Nollywood, Nollywood, yet to come, all the woods. What's your perspective? Yeah, the woods. What's your perspective on this?
What's my perspective? My perspective is this. Whatever we want to call our film industry, 90% of the people who know about the Nigerian movie or film industry, whether it's straight to DVD or whether it's cinema. or 35mm or VHS, calls it Nollywood. My major thrust and my passion is the fact that we are beginning to veer off that seeming mediocrity that the industry was known for to proper, well-told stories. That's where I want to put my focus, and that's what I want to push to the world. That's where we should be.
Could I chip in something quickly?
Please.
When we talk of Nollywood's mediocrity, can we please say that in recent years we have seen a large dose of mediocre films coming out of Nollywood. You know why I say so? Because because if we don't say so, we are refusing to acknowledge the great works that were done when Nollywood started.
Yes.
We are refusing, and we should be fair to history so that we also will judge
people like Don Pedro's,
they did amazing work. And let us acknowledge that.
You cannot categorize a violated with red rose scarlet flower on the wall.
But they are both films from Nollywood.
Yes.
So when you say Nollywood is mediocre,
I said majority of the mediocrity that
but I think assigned
in
to
recent
the industry.
years.
I think because we have so much.
Okay, so wait. I want to ask, please, for instance, we have Kannywood, we have Nollywood, now you're telling us about Yoruba Wood. You know, all of I'm just but you are taking it away. You're taking it away from. Don't you think all the division is even actually the problem? Because in Hollywood is Hollywood.
No.
Hollywood takes the actors, it takes the musicians. Everyone is under one umbrella.
Yeah, but
the unity.
Hollywood is largely seen as commercial filmmaking in America.
Yeah.
There are filmmaking traditions in America outside Hollywood. The best example is Bollywood. And I tweeted this yesterday, Bollywood does not equal Indian filmmaking. Bollywood equals indie filmmaking. Films are made in 52 languages in India, of which Bollywood is one. There are Indian stars outside Bollywood that you and I don't know about.
But the majority
and that's
of
the same thing
movies
from
India
and from
Bollywood.
And that's what defines the perception of the industry.
But if you are in a position to have informed perception, and that's what we should have, and that's what we should project, and that's what those who masquerade as film critics, but are themselves mediocre, talking about another mediocrity, should also be aware.
We would expect that if you're trying to criticize Nollywood films, you should be able to speak English.
And you should be able to understand what filmmaking is.
Part of the whole,
part of the whole criticism, you know. Unless you are like Uzodi my way, like you're speaking broken English in the movie, in your
something like that.
But I mean, so is it that DSTV should not create African Magic new?
No.
For all them fun
No. Don't go there. Don't go there. Let me tell you what DSTV should do if I had a chance to talk to them. Leave African Magic where it is. It has its market. People love that.
Yes.
Now, segue the new Nollywood movies to your mainstream platforms like the Mnet.
Yes, and share them. Yes.
Along with other
we would have we should, you know what you should do probably, and you have those kind of platforms, is to actually have like
a conversation
around it, because what usually happens is, if this, we should also look at it from the market perspective. I suppose that everyone makes a film to make a profit.
Hopefully.
Well,
everyone makes a film to make a profit. Now, if you assume to be new this or new that, and you make a film and the people you make it for don't buy it, what should we be thinking around? Let us be a bit. I mean, let us jump into bed with this new Nollywood thing, but let's keep our undergarments on. This is why, because a lot of these films we assume as new, and a lot of people who have seen my film or what I directed on television think I'm new Nollywood. Please forget it.
What are you?
I am old Nollywood. I want to be ordinary Nollywood. You guys won't get it, because if you make a film, like Amaka Igwe made Violated, or made Rattlesnake, or they did Mortal Inheritance, or they did Onome, you know, all those films. If those films qualify as Nollywood, and Amaka Igwe, my boss, would say, I am an unrepentant commercial filmmaker.
Finish.
However, she makes films that 17 years later we make reference to. Please, those are the films I want to make, and they are Nollywood. What we should talk about is the fact that there are a lot of things that are wrong with Nollywood. But our terminologies are different.
Chris is very passionate about terminology.
Yes. The blade and everything, and just, because saying the same thing. Nollywood is Nollywood.
Exactly.
Okay, quickly, we need to go now. Joy, do you have high hopes for this Half of a Yellow Sun movie?
Okay,
Everybody's
yes.
waiting.
I have to say,
Chris,
I
no, you
read-
can't say anything.
Yes, please.
I wrote an article about it. It'll be out tomorrow.
Oh, fantastic. On the net
Nigerian
engine.
Entertainment.
Fantastic. So we'll look
Titled, what if Tandy Newton plays Kainene?
Fantastic.
Okay, thank God, at least you're on our side. Okay, I read Half of the Yellow Sun 5 years ago. Thank you very much. So I know the subject very well. And I think the problem with the fact that a lot of people are trying to patronize this movie is ridiculous.
Right.
I think the best talent should just act. And we don't have that kind of star power just now in Nollywood. So
if you go on winenigeria.com, there's an article
Tandy,
called 7 Reasons Why a Nigerian Will Not Be Lead in the movie.
Very
so you can go and check that, and you can go on thenetng.com tomorrow to see Chris's column, Chris Unedited. You know, right? And Boy Bewaji, of course, maintains an every other day column on winenigeria.com that's causing ripples. You know? Right. So thank you, MM. Thank you, Lala. Thank you, Chris. And thank you, Joy Bewaji. I will be watching the Oscars tonight. You know, and first thing in the morning. So we all, I suppose that many of us will be.
People owe me money.
Send an email to info@winenigeria.com or get more info on www.winenigeria.com. Same time, same station next week.